Today's video is brought to you by ablmerch.com. Use promo code 1776 to get 20% off your next order. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about MS-13 also known as MSNBC, attacking Tim Scott and other black conservatives. Now, this is nothing new, really, when you're talking about the leftist media attacking black conservatives. We just saw Joy Behar over on The View kind of do that to Tim Scott, trying to quote-unquote educate him about what racism is. But this is much more deep and much more personal because you have a black liberal by the name of Tiffany Cross doing the attacking, okay? She's talking about Tim Scott and other black conservatives in a really disrespectful and nasty way. Now, if you want to see this full thing without my commentary, I'll link to it in the description box. But what I'm going to do right here is play this clip and stop it at certain points to give you my 2 cents and my deep, detailed analysis. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
And apparently no sense either. This week, the sole black Republican in the Senate sounded a stone fool when he said this.
Before he gets into it, let's pause right there. So you only have one black Republican in the Senate. Well, how many black Democrats are in the Senate? I think Cory Booker and Raphael Warnock. That's 2. That's it. And they just elected Raphael Warnock recently in kind of a controversial way. Kamala Harris was in the Senate, but then she became the vice president for a specific reason. So really, you only have 2 versus 1. So why would make that point? Talk about the whole thing, not just part of it, Tiffany Cross.
Hear me clearly. America is not a racist country.
Okay, let's be clear. Tim Scott does not represent any constituency other than the small number of sleepy, slow-witted sufferers of Stockholm Syndrome.
And hold on, let me just... Okay, sleepy, slow-witted sufferers of Stockholm Syndrome. Now, behind my picture, you have Katrina Pearson. She was in the Trump administration as well. So this is personal. I mean, why are you attacking these people? This is not even about what Tim Scott said. This is about being conservative and being black. That's what it's all about here.
Who get elevated to prominence for repeating a false narrative about this country that makes conservative white people feel comfortable. Because when you speak an uncomfortable truth, like Nicole Hannah-Jones, the party that Scott claims is not racist.
Let's pause again right here. Okay, Nicole Hannah-Jones, biracial, black and white. So if it's about pleasing the white man, what about her mommy or daddy who happens to be white? Same thing with Barack Obama, biracial as well. So what are we talking about? And your president, Tiffany Cross, is a 78-year-old white man. So what are we really saying when we saying you're trying to please the white man? Trying to please who? Your mama, your daddy, your president, all the other senators that happen to be white, aside from the 2 that you have in the Democratic Party? What are we really saying here?
Gets big mad and tries to silence you. Just this week, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell asked Education Secretary Miguel Cardona to scrap teaching the 1619 Project in schools because it would reorient the view of American history.
Because it's propaganda and it's false. It's not real. It's a bunch of lies. Read through it. It's just propaganda. So why would you want to have students get taught propaganda, whether it's supposed to, quote unquote, benefit black folks or not benefit black folks? Let's teach real history, not this fake crap that they're trying to push with the 1619 Project.
Lucky for McConnell, he has his own tap dancer to try and reorient the view of America for him.
Now, when that's kind of a code word. If you're not really involved with the black, quote unquote, space or the black community, tap dancer, that's saying, like they want to call you the C word. I can't say it right here because YouTube would demonetize me, but you know, the animal, I'll place it on the screen. If they're trying to call you that when they say tap dance, it's the same thing. They're kind of used interchangeably and they're synonymous terms. So that's what it is. Steven and Django, you know, the typical thing. Uncle Tom, that's what she wants to call Tim Scott right now.
There were so many contradictions in the senator's speech that it was clear not even Scott believed the words he was speaking. I could go into great detail refuting each of his asinine points, but he did that for me. And moreover, a lesson I've learned, don't argue with people Harriet Tubman would have left behind. And sure, Tim Scott has spoken out about his encounters with law enforcement, and he co-sponsored the anti-lynching bill in the Senate. But there are two sides to every token. So thirsty for...
to every token. See, little jabs here and there. And you know what's funny is that Tim Scott put forth the police reform bill that the Democrats vetoed. They didn't want the police reform bill. So if you're saying that, oh, he's tap dancing, all this and that, he's trying to please the white man. Well, why didn't the Democrats pass the police reform bill? Isn't that what they want? I don't even want that. You guys want that on the left. So why didn't you sign it? You should attack your own people, Tiffany Cross, rather than trying to attack the right and rather than trying to attack Tim Scott and other black conservatives that you don't like. Hold on, let's back up a little bit.
But there are two sides to every token. So thirsty for white approval.
There we go. That's what I wanted to get to. White approval. Again, who are we talking about? The biracial Hannah Nicole Jones with a black mama or white daddy? You know, somebody's white that's a parent. Barack Obama, white mama. Who are we talking about? Your president, the white man? All the senators, all the governors, white men in the Democratic Party? Who are we talking about here, ma'am? Let's just get this all the way figured out. And quite frankly, a lot of the people that don't like me, that don't like what I say, happen to be white. My most vicious and vocal opponents are white liberals. So if I'm trying to please the white man, I'm not doing a very good job now, am I?
This dude actually stood on the national stage to defend the voter suppression law in Georgia, even though, as of last month, 361 bills were being introduced in 47 states to keep people who look like him out of the ballot box.
Now, how does that actually work? How do you keep someone out of the ballot box that looks like Tim Scott? Is there a racial component to it? Or do the bills say, okay, if you're black, you can't vote, you can't go here, you can't go there? I mean, I'm just trying to figure it out. Oh, because you got to have an ID. Is that racist to have an ID? You got to have an ID to do everything in life. You got to have an ID to get welfare benefits. You got to have ID to get the stimmy checks. You got to have ID to be in public housing, to do all kind of stuff. So if it's about the black man and the black woman not being able to vote, you got to be able to explain to me where they are specifically kept out of voting. Having an ID actually secures your vote because you only get one vote in each election. So if somebody just comes in and takes your vote, now you're disenfranchised. Having voter ID and better elections means that the black vote will be more secure, more available, not less. We'll keep on going.
The ability to shame the ancestors and appease the oppressors all in one speech, that's extreme. Though not quite like the domestic violent extremism that the Department of Homeland Security is investigating within its own ranks, mind you. But please, Senator, say more about how unracist the country is while you trot out that tired line about going from cotton to Congress to clown. Perhaps this...
Okay, now, of course, he didn't say that. He was talking about, you know, his grandfather, that generation from cotton to Congress in a very short period of time. You added the whole clown part because that's what you want to say. Meanwhile, what are you wearing? But I don't know. Anyway, you put that part in there. But the reality is that what he said is correct. You're just hating because he's conservative. And you're not, there's no accountability on your side of the aisle. Like I said, he put forth the police reform bill. Why didn't you guys act on that? Why did you guys block that from happening? If the police are such a bad thing and you got all these quote unquote white supremacists within the ranks of the police department, wouldn't you want police reform? I guess not.
This was merely Senator Scott's audition to be Sam Jackson's understudy in the film Django.
Didn't I say that already? Didn't I say that, Stephen and Django? These people are so predictable. Get a new line, lady, and a new wig, too, while you're at it.
Because as a descendant of the enslaved and damn near a daily survivor of institutional racism, I can assure you the question, is America a racist country, is one that has been asked and answered many times over. Yet we still love America. Not for what it was, but for what it could be. On this one, you're not only on the wrong side of the aisle, Senator Scott, but you're embarrassingly on the wrong side of history as well.
Okay, before she wraps up, I just want to ask, did she actually answer the question if America is a racist country or not? Did she answer that question? I mean, she said it's been asked and answered over and over again, and black folks still love the country, but what was her actual answer? Kamala Harris said that America's not a racist country. And I think Jim Clyburn said it as well. These are two black folks on your side of the aisle, Miss Tiffany Cross. So what's your actual answer? If the answer is that America is not a racist country, then what's your actual beef? Is it that he said that, or is it because he's conservative and that's your natural mortal enemy? Which one is it?
We'll try to figure out what exactly the GOP stands for after the break.
All right, so there you have it. Tiffany Cross of MS13 DNC breaking it on down, talking about how bad Tim Scott is because he's conservative, and also any other black conservative that happens to be out there in the world that has some kind of name to him. All right, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, what are we doing? What are we doing? You're talking about Tim Scott's trying to, quote unquote, please the white man, but where do you work? You work for MS13 DNC. Is it a black company? Is that a black-owned space? Who are your producers, your writers, your editors, and everybody like that? Mostly white. Who's your president? White. Where you live at? You live where? Maryland, probably. Virginia. Who's your governor? Ralph Northam, the guy that wore the Klan outfit, the blackface, all of that. White, Democrat. Larry Hogan, I think he's white, conservative, but not really conservative because Maryland's a blue state. So what are we talking about? I mean, you're saying trying to please the white man and not really real, but you didn't really answer the question about America being a racist country. Now, if you agree with your vice president, fellow black woman, right? Blackity black. If you agree with Kamala Harris about America not being racist, then what's your beef? If you don't agree with what she thinks, then where's your quote unquote smoke, as a cool kid say, for her? How about Jim Clyburn? How about anybody else on your side that believes what you believe? This was tribalism. That's all it is. It's tribalism. You're on your side of the aisle. You're a Democrat. That's who you are with. And you're going to do everything in your power to defend them. But as I close, I want to say this. These points, these talking points, talking about, oh, you're this, you're Uncle Tom, you're a sellout, all these, it's just getting kind of old. It's getting kind of whack. And as people start to become more enlightened about politics and the younger kids come up and they see what's going on with you guys on television, the fake stream media, as they see what's going on, they get more and more turned off. People are turning your whack show off and they're turning on guys like myself and many others on YouTube. They're going on the YouTube and they're trying to find the truth because they know the truth does not exist on mainstream media. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what Tiffany Cross said in her little talk here? Whatever thoughts on that are, let me know in the comments below. Was she right? Was she wrong? You guys know where I'm at. This was hogwash, balderdash. She's just doing this as kind of an attack dog. The white liberals at MS13 DNC say, hey, you know, Tim Scott said a thing. I need you to go out there and do a little hit piece on him. Okay? She works for a company. They're going to give her her marching orders. How much creative freedom does she have on that show? I mean, you tell me, does she have the ability to control the lower thirds and the graphics and all of that? Is she in there doing the editing herself? I doubt it. She is an employee of this majority white corporation. They're going to give her her marching orders. All the while, she says the white man this, the white man that. See, I work with anybody. I don't care what color you are. I'm not going to be on this whole white man this, white man that, black man this, black man that thing. I'm going to just say the truth, 100% straight from my heart. I don't need a script. I never do a script for any video. I just talk about what's happening straight from my heart, straight how I feel. Unlike Tiffany Cross, who's reading from a teleprompter, a lot of which is written by her white liberal handlers. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.